Hi, everybody, and thanks, as always, for spending a little time with us. This time, we're doing it on the last day of March, so be forewarned. Go ahead and get your guard up and get in that mindset. Tomorrow is the first day of April, more commonly known, perhaps, as April Fool's Day. Just a little bit of a reminder there for you. As we wind down this last day of the third month of 2015, we do so on a gorgeous note weather-wise, but one that's also causing a lot of problems. And I'll elaborate more on that in just a few moments about the red flag warning, in addition to a slew of brush fires out there, a warning from local and state officials, and much more. On a fire note as well, I had a camera, the only one rolling at the time we were on scene, of a serious and large apartment fire in Prestonsburg. Several residents are now homeless as a result. I have got another story. We'll speak with the track coach of the University of Pikeville, John Berry, and we'll talk about two Pierrest School seniors, McGoffin County natives, if you will, who have signed and gotten scholarships to go for track at UPike. I love good news. We'll have that story for you as well. And the Mountain Parkway expansion project, another announcement there, and this is another public meeting for another stretch of the project that will affect a great deal of McGoffin and Floyd counties. That meeting has been set for just a few days. I've got that, your weather forecast, and more. In regards to your weather, leading us into our first report this evening, gusty west winds, very low relative humidity levels, and a dry cold front altogether moving through the area this afternoon, pushing those winds upwards of 30, 35 miles per hour at times. I've had 19 to 22 mile per hour sustained winds on and off throughout the afternoon here at the newsroom. It's been blustery. You've heard things fall, perhaps some light limbs, things of that nature. A few trees on a few power lines have also caused some problems that I'm aware of in McGoffin County. And in addition to those gusty winds, relative humidities are going to drop into the lower 20 percentile, and that is creating hazardous fire weather conditions conducive for explosive wildfire growth. And I'm afraid that's what we've started to see just a bit here this afternoon. The National Weather Service, in lieu of all this, has issued a red flag warning. It is in effect if you're catching the early show until 8 o'clock this evening. Those winds from the west 10 to 20 miles per hour on average, 30 mile per hour gusts and more, humidity around 23%, and of course all of that has great impacts, and that means fires developing quickly, spreading rapidly out of control. I know that the Division of Forestry in McGoffin County has been called out to numerous brush fires in fear that they were going to spread rather quickly. Some local fire departments also on scene of several as well. In just the past couple of weeks, the Division of Forestry has started to see an increase due to the conditions, and they have responded to well more than 100 fires across the state. More than 1,500 acres or so have been destroyed by fire, the majority of which are caused by arson, and they hope that anyone out there with any information will turn those tips over to authorities. And they also stress, though, that burning intentionally is certainly ill-advised during conditions like these. And we are in the midst of a forest fire hazard season, which means that state law prohibits us from burning within 150 feet of any woodland or brushland except between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. And if you burn at that time, you, of course, should use extreme caution and a little common sense approach to where you can burn and the conditions surrounding it. Always be prepared to have to put a fire out should it get away from you. More in your weather forecast that has, well, I had an update for us. Easter Sunday, I think, has picked up a degree or two, possibly. Saturday dropped a few, and then Easter picked it up. I guess that's okay, you know, trade-off of sorts. I've got an Easter egg hunt on the calendar tonight, and I've got some other news there. We'll go ahead and turn to our first report this evening, and that is a structure fire in Floyd County. A camera that brought back this video was the only one rolling at the time, and the first one there. An apartment complex went up in flames, and we believe, as does the fire department at the time of preliminary investigation and initial response, that smoking or left behind smoking material on a porch of one of the units may be to blame. Several residents who live in units at the Goebel Roberts Highland Heights apartments in Prestonsburg are without a place to stay tonight. Some of them may have seen many or most all of their belongings destroyed by fire, smoke, and or water damage. Firemen responded to the scene of a structure fire in this housing complex earlier this afternoon. It's believed that the fire was originally called in as a fire on a porch of one of the units. That fire, I am told, spread up the wall into the rafters of the complex, or this one particular unit in the complex, and then spread thereafter. Several departments responded. The Prestonsburg, Allen, Middle Creek Fire Departments, as well as local first responders with the Floyd County Rescue Squad and Prestonsburg Police Department as well. Several thousand gallons of water were used. The ladder truck with the Prestonsburg Fire Department was a huge advantage to extinguishing the blaze. It's believed that the fire originated on this porch on the end of this particular structure, which houses at least 8 different apartment units. Firefighters told our representative that they found some smoking material on that porch. It looked as though someone may have been outside smoking earlier, thought that their smoking material was extinguished, and then left. They were not at home at the time of the blaze, we are told, and then that ignited the fire, which then spread throughout much of the complex. You can see through the roof where the flames have come through and where firemen have chased the fire down to the left of the building from this vantage point. Many residents were not at home, and many were returning to find out they had lost some or all of their belongings. Some children who lived here were getting off of their school bus and having to find out what was happening thereafter. No injuries were reported, as I understand. No one was at the home or lived in the apartment where the fire is believed to have started, and several other of the units also, no one was at home, many of them working or away at the time of the blaze. All the other units were evacuated for a period of time. Damage is still being assessed this time. Bob Carpenter with the Paintsville Fire Department told our reporter off camera, as he only had a moment to speak, that per their preliminary investigation, he was confirming that smoking materials found in that corner apartment were the suspect at that time of their investigation. We'll have an update to come. But once again, no injuries sustained in what was a large 3-alarm fire in Prestonsburg, and once again, the Highland Heights Apartments in Goble Roberts area. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Well, I was in the other direction, so to speak, earlier today. I was unable to get any information about the following, except to say that I do know that a church in the Johnson County, specifically the Oil Springs area, was burglarized sometime late last night, very early this morning. It's my understanding that the Pigeon Enterprise Baptist Church in Oil Springs was broke into last night and burglarized. Representatives of the church have reported to the Johnson County Sheriff's Department that it appears as though someone tried to gain entry through a door to the facility, and once they were unable to do so, they forced their way through a window. It's assuming that they were looking for money or other items. They did, however, make way with a guitar and a bass amp inside the church. They have not found anything else taken. We'll try to have a description of the items taken, but as for now, the Johnson County Sheriff's Department, who is investigating the incident, is asking for any possible information from the viewing public. You may have seen someone in that area during the overnight or have any other such information. They did, of course, take the items, and there was some damages to the church left behind. They are stepping up their security efforts there at the church, but they are also in high hopes of finding those responsible and seeing that their guitar and amps are returned. If you have any information, call the Johnson County Sheriff's Department at 934-11. Well, it's rolling right on. It's something that we're going to be living with in the construction phase for, well, some time to come, a few years. In the McGoffin County Expansion Project arena, we learned tonight of another public meeting which has been set, as there are several miles of the Parkway Expansion Project in all. 30 miles, it comes from the west to Saggersville, the other 16 from Saggersville to Prestonsburg via Route 114. And it's that area for which the public meeting is being held in just a few days, as officials are going to be asking the public's input and their attendance as they provide options for expanding the Mountain Parkway between Saggersville and Prestonsburg. We've seen the initial construction begin in a couple of different phases. Land acquisition is going on in the Restaurant Row area, and now officials from the state have set their sights on to the east. Citizens are invited to learn more about plans to extend the Mountain Parkway. Engineers with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet and its consultants will be discussing alternatives to develop a 4-lane high-speed route along the Kentucky 114 corridor between Sigersville and Prestonsburg. Representatives of the Transportation Cabinet and engineering consultants will be on hand. They'll have preliminary maps of roadway routes being considered to improve safety and mobility along the 114 corridor. Project leaders will also be on hand to answer any questions about these planned improvements and gather comments and feedback about those alternatives being considered. It is Tuesday, the 14th day of April, so we've still got a few days, a couple of weeks actually. Well, exactly 2 weeks from today, 5 till 7:30. The meeting is going to be held at the Prestonsburg Elementary School. My apologies there. Back to the correct video. The Mountain Parkway Expansion Project, of course, is being funded by the General Assembly and aims to broaden the gap with a 400-mile 4-lane high-speed corridor of commerce and mobility across Kentucky, ultimately from Pikeville to Paducah. April the 14th, Prestonsburg Elementary. That's at 140 South Clark Road in Prestonsburg, beginning at 5 o'clock. I'll forward this on over to the community calendar and remind you as it gets closer. And I'm aware that I misspoke a few moments ago, backing up a report or two. The Johnson County Sheriff's Department is 789-3411, not a 349 number, I think, as I said. With that said, however, here's tonight's calendar brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. And with it comes a few birthday wishes. This one says, my buddy Josh Standifer turned 17 today. I think this came in yesterday after we could get it on the air. It says, please wish Josh a happy birthday. A happy 17th to Josh Standifer. I've got a birthday wish to H.B. Arnott. A lot of love, H, from Phoebe, all the kids, family, and a whole lot of friends as well. Happy birthday to H.B. Arnott. I believe today is his birthday. We hope he's had a wonderful birthday, as well as 17-year-old as of today, Colton Jack Howes. Love Mamaw, Geneva, and Brother Mason, and a whole lot of other friends and family. Happy birthday. And I've got a past birthday to Gabby Keaton, which I think I've already mentioned. I've had a couple of slip-ups this evening, with my apologies, but a happy birthday to all those folks. Happy birthday from a whole lot of friends and family in your news today. A reminder, the next Read Across America events, the Cat in the Hat, the Sigersville Elementary Schools, McGoffin County Elementary Schools. Sigersville Grade School is tomorrow at 1, and then South McGoffin Elementary is Thursday morning at 9. Communion and foot washing at Extension United Baptist Church is tomorrow night at 7. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday services start at 7. Sunday, we'll have a sunrise service at 7, and then Easter morning services at 11 a.m. The McGoffin County Chapter Chapter 15 of the DAV has its regular monthly meeting this Thursday, 6 o'clock in the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center. All veterans urged to attend. Call for more information, 272-0826, to find out more about the DAV and their meetings and their, of course, contribution to the community. And a community Easter egg hunt is coming up at the Mountain Home Place over in Paintsville this Saturday at noon, sponsored by Food City, I am told. They have a lot of big prizes and are going to have a whole lot of fun at a big Easter egg hunt over at the Mountain Home Place in Paintsville over by the lake this Saturday at noon. And they're picking and they're grinning, and they're going to be doing it at Kearney Free Will Baptist Church this Saturday at 7. Come and join them for a whole lot of fun and a whole lot of fellowship and a whole lot of hometown music and entertainment. Kearney Free Will Baptist Church, picking and grinning, Saturday at 7. Kindergarten registration in McGoffin County Schools starts the 6th day of April, and it runs through the 10th for North McGoffin, through the 17th for South, and for Sigersville Grade School. If your child's going to be 5 years of age or older, 5 years of age on or before October the 1st, they can go to kindergarten. Call your respective elementary school to find out more. And the Rail Trail crew has set their first kickoff event at the Royalton Trailhead next Monday, 5:30. They're going to have a DJ, a bike giveaway, and T-shirts, and they're going to have routine trips down the Dawkins Trail. That's right, the Rail Trail crew, brought to you by the Unite and Safe Coalitions in McGoffin County. They hope you'll join them for their first kickoff event, one event of many, and I hope you'll join our calendar anytime you've got an announcement, birthday, anniversary, or otherwise, church or organization. We'll tell everyone about it. You can always catch Your News Today on Channel 7 Howard's Cable, Channel 40 Foothills Broadband, and yournewstoday.com. Turning to funeral services for this evening, we have a partial listing in honor of 57-year-old Lester Cole of Sagersville, who passed away on today's date. I'm told that arrangements are being made by the family at this time and will be announced later by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Once again, the passing of 57-year-old Lester Cole of Sagersville. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Up next is the kind of news we so love to share when we can. Two student athletes furthering their athletic and educational careers by signing and receiving scholarships with their chosen college. And tonight it's two Pierre School seniors, McGoffin County natives, who have done so. You'll see them flanking cross-country coach John Berry as they officially signed their name to become Lady Bears this fall. To the left of your screen, Chandra Nell Hunley. To the right, Shelby LeMaster, both from Sagersville, also receiving thousands in athletic scholarships from the University of Pikeville. Head cross-country coach John Berry, who I have listed as track coach, even though he is a member of the family here in just a few moments, signed them both during a ceremony in the library of the Pierre School. He tells me they are both exceptional young people and athletes and a welcome addition to the cross-country team.
These are two quality student athletes. They both excel academically and athletic. They play basketball and they run, and the coach called me and told me how motivated and dedicated they are to the sport. And so when I met them, I interviewed them for about 20, 30 minutes before I signed them, and they're really nice kids, and they're going to be a good asset to the university, the community, and I look for great things for both of them. It's a lot about the young kids. They're more dedicated, and they have a desire to get a college education, and athletics is a means to help them to achieve that goal. And it's a lot about the University of Pikeville, because the mission of the university is to educate the students in the mountains. 10 years ago, I used to go get runners from Kenya, but I was told by the university, and we're here to educate the students here. So for over the last 10 years, I've been changing my mindset and recruiting only local kids. And it gives back to the community, and it gives back to the university, the town, everything. It's a win-win situation, because studies show that if you go to a university, you're going to stay within 100 miles of that university after you graduate. So, if I recruit local kids, they're going to stay here and be happy and be productive citizens in this community. And that's what we want.
And in addition, according to Pierre, in addition to running cross-country, LeMaster, who has scored over 1,000 high school career points, will be playing girls basketball for the Lady Bears. Hunley plans to major in business, and LeMaster plans a major in pre-med at U-Pike. And as Pierre's school athletic director Kevin Tackett was quoted as saying, "It is proof that hard work pays off. We wish to congratulate Chandra Hunley and Shelby LeMaster for a job well done, an outstanding high school career and an outstanding collegiate career ahead of them." And, of course, congratulations to their family for a lot of hard work and support as well. Now, to wrap it up with your Licking Valley RECC forecast, we got to talk about the winds. They've calmed down. If you're catching the early show, I'm looking over here at the weather computer, and they're still blustering about and some gusts every now and then, but per the piece of tin on a roof nearby that I can hear blowing every now and then, and wind speeds, which are being clocked now, and I've got 6 to 10 miles per hour fluctuating, they have decreased down from a steady 18 to 20 there at times, and gusts upwards of 35 miles per hour. There you saw tonight, mostly clear skies and a low of 35. Those winds should start to die down. The red flag warning expiring at 8. Tomorrow, sunny and 66. Midweek looks pretty nice and above par, wouldn't you think? 48 degrees, winds will be calm. We've got, of course, this dry, cold front coming through, and that's going to give us some change-ups weather-wise. 66 tomorrow, and then look at that, 75 degrees as we recover quite nicely. Mid-70s, partly sunny, a low of 58. Now, here's that change that I was referring to. Showers and thunderstorms are likely Thursday night. Winds will be another issue Thursday, as they were today, and similar speeds. Showers and thunderstorms likely mainly after 1 a.m. Thursday night into your Friday. And Friday is a wet one and possibly a stormy one across the board. Temperatures still holding into the upper 60s, but showers and thunderstorms start to finish. They'll start midnight, 1 o'clock Thursday night possibly, and then cover your Friday with a blanket of showers and clouds. 68, 40, high and low. And then for the weekend, Easter weekend, here's how it's shaping up. I've got a 30% chance of some showers winding down early Saturday morning. Then we'll see the skies clear, the clouds part, mostly sunny conditions, but cooler. On the other side of this front, 53 degrees expected for your Saturday and a low above the freezing mark at 38 for Saturday night. And Easter Sunday, 65 and sunny. I'll take it. You can still wear the Easter dress or a jacket that you've bought. You may have to juggle it with another piece of attire, but that should cover just about everything. A little cool at the onset and a little chilly that morning in the upper 30s, but 65 and sunny for your Easter Sunday, not too shabby. Partly cloudy late. It's not 75 either, but partly cloudy late on Sunday, and we'll see the 60s and 70s throughout much of next week, even though I've got 51 for some reason there on Monday. It's actually 68. Well, I've got that completely backwards for Monday's forecast. 68 around on Monday, and then 72 by Tuesday of next week. And I'll just put the cut on that right now because that's way off. It's been one of those days. I've had a few little flubs here and there. With my apologies, the good weather maybe has me a bit excited. I'm also excited to see you back here tomorrow night for another edition of Your News Today. Like tonight, I promise, with news you'll only see with me. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.